you. My new robe is longer than me. Sit down. Aha. Wow. What is this announcement? Oh, you are reserving his seat. That is good. The article in what? Medical. Now, folks, we have crossed 7 years of the cusp years, and that's kind of a situation you have to understand, because when the age of Pisces will change into age of Aquarius, it has 21 years, which calls cusp change period or cusp period, whatever you want to call it. 7 years are gone, 14s are remaining, and there's nothing to prophesize what will happen. But each day, there are 2 ways in your life which will deal with your 3 principles. You have to watch your living and feel, are you doubtful? Do you doubt everything? Do you question everything? Do you feel indifferent to everything? Is your life based on inquiry, arguments, reason? You have to understand that. And can you come out of it? Or you have to satisfy every question of your life? Well, if you want a question and keep on satisfying your question, it's a very long road. Keep on questioning, keep on getting the answer. Sometimes the answers will be right, sometimes wrong. Sometimes they suit you, sometimes they won't. Sometimes you do use your logic, sometimes you use your anger. After all, you're a human being. So this kind of life will make you a yo-yo. Up and down, right and out, right and in. Sometimes you feel good, sometimes you won't feel good. Then this will develop a personality, a bewitchment, a obsession, which you cannot then break yourself. Because you may love somebody, you will question him to the point of death, it will end up a divorce. When you like something, you start doubting it, doubting to the point no juice is left in it. Life of doubt is a life of loving, wasting energy and separation. It's based on the principle of attachment and detachment. There's nothing you can do about it. Simply you have to adapt the attitude. The person who's a prostitute is not a bad person. That's not true. That person lives, eats, has self-respect, has ego, like anybody normal. Then why they chose that life? Because they don't find anywhere to stay satisfied. Every satisfaction to them is a challenge, and it turns itself to a dissatisfaction. Prostitute is not a bad profession. Nobody wants to do it. In spite of that, in the world there are prostitutes. Rather, people call it a first profession. Similarly, you are not a physical prostitute, you can be a mental prostitute. There's no difference between those two prostitutes. One is evident only on physical level, the other is on the mental level. And third is on the spiritual level. There's no difference between those 1, 2, 3 prostitutes. When you pray for a purpose, not anywhere, God, me and you are one, no. For a purpose, what are you doing? Spiritually prostituting yourself. What a prostitute does, she uses her money to get energy, that money, against her body. Second, uses their mind against money or wish or desire. And third, does the spiritual thing. But there is a life of demand, life of need, life of protection, because you do not know who you are. And you will never know who you are if you have not disciplined yourself to know who you are. You do not understand the discipline. Discipline is the only friend other than God you have. Because discipline goes with you. From birth, if your mother would not have given you a potty training, you would have been shitting still today anywhere. You can't say you are so perfect. But the mother, where she turned her blood into milk and nurtured you, she also trained you potty training. And what was potty training? To sit in a place and shit. Is that right? Am I correct? But you are so stupid, you are now grown up and you shit mentally and spiritually in living rooms. What? Huh? What is the gossip? Tell me gossip. What do you hear? You think this is good potty training? Potty training is go in the bathroom, close the door, do yourself, clean yourself, wash your hand with soap, and come out. Right? That's what she taught. Simply, socially, when you go somewhere, be clean, be perfect, wash your being, come out gracefully, or go to somebody, elevate your spirit, entangle with the height of your height, keep yourself bright and beautiful, come out. Are you listening what I'm saying? No. If you would have listened to me all 30 years, this is all I'm saying. I'm not saying anything from the day one. You are 3 materials. One is worthless, ones are maybe, and one are wonderful. 80% are worthless. His whole psychoanalysis done on it. It's not something that you don't know or I only know. Out of 20%, 15% are those who may be. They are always bargaining. And 5% those who don't care. Then the whole Mother Nature and God and Hammond cares for those 5%. Things come to them. They don't have to go to anybody. You can have a palace, tons of servants, everything right. And there's a man with a loincloth sitting under a tree somewhere remote place, but people mark the way. What is in that man who has nothing that everybody goes to? That man is a living contentment, is a role model. In yourself, what you can get through the discipline? Role model. It's not you are very convincing or you are very clever and you are very intelligent and you are this and you are that. You are nothing. You are an egomaniac idiot. You are absolutely nothing. It is the role model you built which is worth everything. It's that role model which matters. You may have 36 boyfriends, you have 27 husbands, you can run around naked, you can do anything you want. That will not create a role model for anybody. I go in France, we go to the ashram, there's a road to go through. And I don't know how they know at what time I'll cross that road. They all come out and yell and screams. Because once I did my mistake in Spain, I didn't have a time, so these transvestites say they want to invite me to their town. And I said, I have nothing to do with it, leave it, just tell them that later. So I went to see a theater. When I came out, there were 2,000 transvestites outside the theater. They say, you are a yogi and how you can reject us? We are going to transform you into a transvestite. I understood their strength and I said, wait a minute, I am one and you are so many. We'll discuss it later. And I never knew that in France, opposite to our ashram, the man who used to become woman every night is the leader of the whole world. Then I started taking interest. He was better than God. 4 o'clock he used to be a man. 6 o'clock he used to be the most pretty, well-featured girl. Some of you are hidden transvestites. You are men and you act like a woman. You are woman and you act like men. But you are not willing to acknowledge that. You are not willing to understand that. You are not willing to understand the subconscious start unloading in unconscious, and unconscious give you daydreams and nightmare and fantasies, and there's no reality of you. You are left empty. And this is what is my worry is, that now is the age of information. Everybody will know everything. Nobody can escape it. Are you ready to digest it? Once a person gets mad at his friend, he insulted him. He sent a messenger. You insulted him, but I want to be very kind to you. I want to give you a gourmet feast next full moon night. And my apologies being so late, I should have done it earlier. So his friend said, well, I insulted him, I should go and I feel obligated. Let me take all my friends. He took all his friends. Oh God, feast was gorgeous. Special meals, all sorts of whatever you think about. And they fed and they fed and they fed and they keep on feeding, they keep on feeding. At about 2 a.m., the party stopped. There was little seriousness. His friend who was the host said, why you are feeding them so much? What is the matter? He said, don't worry. They are going now. Let them go. So at about 3 o'clock, everybody was done and they were sitting in the yard, and he said, why you fed them so much? He said, you don't understand. He insulted me, right? I fed them, right? Feeding them is easy, but digesting this food is impossible. You watch what happens tomorrow. This information is like feast of thoughts, of ideas, of knowledge. It's going to come like flood. And we physically will not be in a position to digest it because we do not have enduring mental capacity and discipline in our in our personality. And there's a possibility we'll crack down. That's why I said one breath a minute is very important. That's what I said, Satanama meditation is very important. That is what I said, add 4 heart to Govinde Mukunde, Gayatri, Guru Gayatri Mantra, that's very important. All these years, these things we are trying to put before you is based on a simple theory of Paman Guru. The prana, when it creates the sound, it becomes the Guru. It becomes negative, it destroys, it becomes medium, it binds you, you go anywhere, it go higher, then you are liberated. What will happen in the coming 14 years? Men won't like girls, ladies, and ladies won't like men. Because they don't have discipline of reconciliation. Any life which has no reconciliation is advancing towards death, advancing toward disease. I remember in my own case, when my doctor told me, Yogi ji, this is the time to stop working, you're overworking. I say, if I take calculated risk, he said, well, that's your will. As far as I'm concerned, I'll say stop. There's a limit to everything. And the only friend you have other than God and nature is your own discipline. And that's the key to prosperity. When you are well disciplined, you are very firm, you are very sure, other people start loving you, liking you, and trusting you. And that's the way we have the age of Aquarius coming on us, and we have to enter it. It's not what religion you belong to. You don't belong to no religion. Absolutely all religious teachings are going to be obsolete. Absolutely, absolutely. There's no doubt about it. Because every religion tells you to free, Book of Atonement, free your soul, ba ba ba. And every religion takes you to heaven and to hell. But this is not true. You are not for heaven and hell. And you are not body, you are not mind, you are not spirit. You are the combining force of these three. You are the commandant and charge of Trinity. You are not Trinity. And that's what the age of Aquarius is going to force people. That's why I don't bother. Don't say anything. People come or don't come. They're not going anywhere. You don't have to recruit or pressurize anybody. Where are they going to go? They're going to sit down, work on themselves. And you who today do not understand what will happen, well, hordes of people will be coming to you. Help me. One word you will hear, please help me. And you should not be shy about it. You should reach out, touch people, and give them simple things. Simple kriyas. Very simple discipline. Not to show off that you are a great teacher or you are just, come on brother, let us sit down and do this for a few minutes. World will be different. God has created you pioneers in the last of the Piscean age. You have to enter. You know, you are talking of money, people who gave you life. People give you everything. if you give yourself discipline, if you live like a commoner, you will have no place. Those lighthouse is a house, but it has a purpose. It saves the disaster. You are the lighthouses, small lighthouse or big lighthouse of the age of Aquarius. If you cannot keep your light going and spreading the warning to the others, you are not living to your purpose. There are some people among you who will never understand reconciliation. They will marry, they will divorce, they will divorce, they will marry, they go on. Their physical chemistry, science will keep on taking them person to person, place to place. Then some people will just be mental cases. The fear them will eat them. They cannot enjoy anything, they cannot trust anybody. Then there are people who are very aggressive and obnoxious in their spirit. My God, they are beasts. And then otherwise there are some who do not even exist. The combination of all these two sides to each comes to a point where you have to be you. To be. Not a question to be, not to be. Piscean age has to go in next 14 years. Aquarius age, the age of information, it's just very funny. Like a computer, it's like Ganesha. And Ganesha rides on mouse, right? See? So with the mouse, you ride the whole universe. Isn't that true? I didn't make it up, that's the way it is. .com is Shakti and Shiva. Yeah, if you really translate it in the code word, the dot is Shiva, Shakti, Shakta, Shakti or Shiva, and com is the Shakti, female. So what is it? .com, www, this, that, everything I must say. So things are coming to as they were once. You have to grow in all this. And it is your faculty of life which matters. Don't try to be obnoxious to yourself. Give yourself a chance with discipline, with grace, and with a commitment of character. There are 7 ways to happiness. Commitment, that will give you character. Character will give you dignity. Dignity will give you divinity. Divinity will give you grace. Grace will give you power to sacrifice. And power to sacrifice will give you very, very eternal happiness. It's very simple. In other words, when you do something for somebody which is impossible and you do it really good, you feel very elevated. You feel exalted. That's happiness. For all these people who are in marriage trouble, ladies unfortunately do not know the posture. Posture of Shakti in yoga is this. Tongue out, open mouth, she swallows the Shiva. Shakti swallows the Shiva. And now the Shakti argues with the Shiva. This doesn't work. There's a very many dirty examples, but they reach home. I'm not going to repeat them here. The problem is the God has not given you beard. It has left your moon center open. If you are not flexible and intelligent, then you must have a problem with your sex, with your gender. Because a female has to be so flexible, so prevailing, so penetrating, that nothing can stop her. As far male is concerned, I think we should not doubt him. Male is a very universal idiot. And there's no lying about it. You all privately know, male said, well, I couldn't do it. You remember this is one of their main theme. Honey, I forgot. Honey, I just didn't remember it. You know? They have only right side of the brain totally projecting, and not with the science theory was that it is a matter of chemicals. It's not a matter of chemicals, it's a matter of transmission, neurotransmission. They use the left side of the brain to double project the right side of the brain. This is, call it a male ego, call them males, call them anything. If they won't do it, they will be impotent. So, if you want to marry and love a eunuch, it's fine. Otherwise, tolerate it. It's a simple scientific fact. Make a choice. You want perfect, obedient husband? Then he'll be just eunuch in a short possible time. And you see, man loves you, oh, you're my sweetheart, I'm all for you. You want to know that? What is that? He's covering his ASS. I just spelling it, I'm not uttering the word. And men use 40% of their energy, 40% of energy in excusing and lying. There's a lot of energy. He'll come angry, burnt up, and he knows everything. He says, hi, sweet, how are you? I was thinking about you. He will never say, I was thinking about you to come home and kill you. Never, no, never. Not at all. While driving the car, I was thinking that you were sitting on front board of the car. And she said, oh, how near he feels. No, he's thinking to kill you in a minute or two. You just want the edge in. Men are not short-tempered. They are the way they are. If men would have been equal clever that a woman, they would not have been a single child from day one. Not at all. Some women get battered and they have intercourse, they conceive. Some get super happy and they intercourse and they conceive. So nature has provided a forgetfulness of the atmosphere so that female can conceive. It's God's fault, not yours. You have to have an emotional height to go up to the heavens and bring a soul for yourself. And you do it all the time. Otherwise, you have sexual intercourse so many times, nothing happens. Does it happen? Every time you have an intercourse, there's a baby. Many fruitless attempts go unnoticed. And I was talking to somebody, I say, are you blessed with a boy or not? He said, well, she's pregnant. How you know? I say, well, you're going to be blessed with a son. He said, I don't believe, sir. I don't deserve a son. I said, well, it's coming. Don't worry about it. He'll get even with you. He said, I think she says she's not feeling good. Maybe she's pregnant. I say, I'll pay for this sonogram. Check it out. And they checked it out. She was pregnant, and absolutely pregnant. And then he had such a doubt. He said, how can she so pregnant? I use condom all the time. And then he finally remembered that day he didn't find his condom, the packet. And that was one time. You see, people compete with God. I told him, you're going to have a son. He said, no. And this big, healthy, fatty, big-eyed guy came out after 9 months and 10 days. So we have our own planning. That's why we are poor. With all our richness, we are poor. If we just live in a discipline and use our ego to see the will of God, because will of God is everything, and your will is individual you. Your free will is individual you. If you want to live on the individual you, you are living very little. You know when you get prasad and you don't want to eat it, you say little. And I sometimes laugh when you see it, because you don't want a full part of the blessing as somebody wants to give you. Prasad is nothing, it's a blessing. Parshad, the happiness of Parshad literally means happiness from infinity. It doesn't mean anything. So your technical life is going to be now challenged. And you have to grow. Your pressure of information age will be so worst, you need to handle it. Handle it with simple exercise. Put your hand like this. And touch with this hand your third eye point, please. It should not bother you. But let's see how powerful wrestler you are. One hand straight. Right hand straight as it should be. Watch this exercise. You must measure it. And with the left hand, put it on your four eyes, close your eyes. And breathe long and deep. The beautiful way to class with me is that I release enough energy and you just take it over and matter ends. But your posture should be great. Right now, if you have a perfect posture, you can measure yourself how fast your entire chakra will stimulate and make you to feel wonderful. It's a very simple exercise. You have nothing to worry about. Keep up, don't give up. Few excuses right now will cost you a great opportunity. Don't worry, hurt a little bit. It's a good thing to test it out. You must understand this posture will change your breathing, doesn't matter how you like it or not. When that starts happening, you are in the game. Don't cry, my baby. Don't laugh. Watch yourself. Keep going though. You have any idea? Go. Get hurt. Try to use your breath, the energy of the prana. Keep your hand parallel to the ground to catch up with the magnetic field of the earth, and put your hand at the third eye to balance the heavens. So what you are doing is you are breathing. Ultimately, force of breath will force you to go longer and powerful. And the body which you love so much and you think is the most strong thing will start dwindling in pain. And this pain will give you endurance. This endurance will force you to go above you. The moment you go above you, you got it. Two more minutes, do it right. It's not worse than a divorce. I'm not kidding, yes. In a divorce, you pretend you are hurt. In this, you are actually hurt. Here, be miserable and then rise above it. You made it. You have 1 more minute. You have done very well. No. With the ground now, that 1 minute is very essential. Breathe long and deep and heavy. Recharge your body with the energy, let the flow go all around. Inhale deep. Hold tight. Breathe out. Inhale deep again. Hold tight. Breathe out. Now inhale deep. Lock your both hands up with the finger interlocked. And stretch your spine as much you can. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Let it go. Thank you. Good. You're okay? Now we should do one simple thing. No, I'm not saying it is wrong or right, I'm just telling you. Put this left hand on your navel point, put your right hand like this, and just we are going to play Rama Dasa Sase Soham. For that period you just bless and then bring it back. A long gap. You know the Muslim do 5 prayers, they're all yoga postures. And they read from Quran, that's timing. They think they are praying to God. Actually, they are doing pure Hatha Yoga. You sometimes sit in their posture, you realize. All right, are we ready to play? No, that tape, Rama Dasa Sase Soham. Can you play? Okay, when you go, you start say, Rama Dasa Sase Soham. And then bring it back, and then go forward, and come back. And that's all we need. And this side, on the left navel point right, connected correct. Back. So This you have to practice for the rest of your life, because when you will be healing people and you need that power to heal and you don't have any miracle to heal, it is a very simple exercise, this mantra we are chanting, and with your hand like this you extend to another person and surprisingly watch what happens. I mean, do it with absolute doubt that nothing will happen. You go that way. But just take an action and you will be surprised. If you want to do it better than this, then with the left hand, hold the hand of the person and then do this. If it's a worse situation, person is totally shaking and shivering and all that stuff, put your left hand on the navel point of the person and extend this hand on the pineal, pituitary gland and chant this mantra. I mean, say, watch what happens. It's not something that it has worked for 3,000, 4,000 years. Why not it work now?
Should be chanted out loud, sir.
No, you have to go mental. Some people will think you are a ghost. For the time being, next 14 years, you're going to get into a lot of trouble. People are going to be attracted to you just like a magnet attracts the iron, and they ask you for help. They're not asking you for help, they're asking your aura to help them. It's a different psyche, it is different energy, it is different everything. It looks totally weird, but that's the way it will be. People reach you. People reach you because they feel in your presence of your arc line and aura, they feel some calmness, some quietness. Their mind gets to some rest. They want you. And just extend yourself. That's all you have to do. Don't proselytize. Don't try to gain anything. No, just help them. Calm their inner lava, inner volcano, bursting inside. And they know if they can't calm it down, it's going to be a tsunami and it's going to ruin the universe of their own. I asked one lady, I said, what are you divorcing your husband for? She said, I don't know. And I said, well, you are divorcing? He said, I think it's a good thing. I said, but how is it a good thing? I'm helping him. I say, helping him by divorcing him? I think so. I said, what help it is? Oh, well, he will be forced to think. Playing with life that cheap? That cheap? We have come to that cheapness now? And watch, in 7 years what has happened? What will happen in 14 years is worth watching. You will be here, you will see. The value of life, which is priceless, which is precious, which is the biggest gift of God, is no more a gift. It's as a rift and a drift to practice. There's no union, there's no yoga. Just exploitation of body, mind and soul. You know, we counsel people, and Dr. Satkaur and I, we prescribe the sex and sex partnerships, and she put in really things, right? My wife is so spiritual. She said, I don't want a name on this book. I said, what's wrong with it? I mean, didn't you counsel? I mean, is it something so bad? She said, I am Paisaba, I'm not going to participate with it. I said, well, I'm Sri Singh Sahib, I'm participating. What's wrong with you? She said, you are all right, but no. She walked out of it. Is truth that much hurting? We have to be diplomatic all the time. She said, no, but you know, I am mother, I'm not into this. It's too naked. As a mother, I feel it's too naked for mankind. They are my children, and I can't do it. I said, okay, we'll write off your name and we'll say, she asked her name should not be mentioned. We'll acknowledge you anyway. I feel that basically people have sexual denial, sexual drama, sexual subconscious blocks. People have so many things sexual. Everybody is byproduct of sex. In sex they indulge all their life, in sex they die. And sex is not what you think sex is. Sex is sixth sense. And sixth sense is the most powerful sense of all five senses. And you totally mislead yourself into a lot of different realms and a lot of different things. It's very funny. There was a bet which I won. I'm very glad that it came true. They said, no, she's not divorcing for any reason. She's insane. I said, no woman ever divorces a man until there's a man in her life in the nearest hope. So we said, let us make investigation. In 2 days we found out it's true. Because how can you take a woman and until there is another man and her security is assured, she will never let one thing go in hand and run for two. It's a basic mother instinct. Playing secure. Have you seen any dog with puppies? You watch sometime? Have you watched them ever? The back of the she-dog, she will always have a wall or a cover or a stone. Watch out. She will never leave her back open. If a dog knows how to protect her life, the woman doesn't know. It is a criteria of female that every pasture is green, but she doesn't see the cow dung in it. There's a ton of that. My grounds look very, very beautiful and green, but you can't afford to watch and walk through it. There are tons of geese shit there, and your shoes will go forever out. We only see what we want to see. But actually, we should see what is there. That's the truth. But unfortunately, when your subconscious thought, which have been not practiced, which are raw and controlled, overburst itself into unconscious. And when unconscious bursts into your consciousness, you do not know what you're seeing. Nothing. It roots you out. That's not what we need. That's why we chant, Hami Hum, Brahma. We are we. Not I am, we are Hami Hum, we are we, and we are God. We are universe. We are Prakriti, we are Purkha. We. If you cannot see God in all, you cannot see God at all. And if you see yourself, keep on seeing. Have a mirror, sit down before it, meditate. Keep on looking at yourself. If you cannot expand, you shall contract. If you contract, it will be very painful, unfulfilled life. You are expand, you are afraid to expand. Do you say Aung San Waheguru and expand? you can keep on expanding. Reach out and touch the heart, even of your enemy. You know, you are so good for nothing. Just, you are shaking hand, just shaking hand. Just put some warmth in it, just little. Yeah. Hello, how are you? Very sweet, that gives you friendship. Or you shake hand, yeah. Same person, same moment. One is nonsense, obnoxiousness, and one is real love. You have to choose. This life is not for wasting. It is for reaching to the wonderlands of your own consciousness. This tantric you are doing tomorrow, if you survive it, I'll congratulate you. No, I designed it. I'm not so afraid of it. I don't want everybody to pass through it. I want you to understand how much endurance you have in your life and how much powerful you can become. When you finish the day, you will bless me. When you start the day, you will curse me. I know that. And I'm not very afraid of it. Oh yes, I have a very powerful moral responsibility to build you as many you are, so that you can go through it with a smile. Because on your smile depends my certification, then you will take care of others. It's not you are important to me. That hordes of people which are going to come. Hordes. Not one, many. And ask for help. They are important. That's why I want you to look good. I look you firm. I look you happy. You know, it started when in 91 I was sitting in a plane and the lady said, "Oh God, I'm sorry I left my sunglasses home." And she said opposite to me. I said, "Lady, this is aeroplane, there is no sun shining here. Why you want sunglasses?" He said, "Do you know how bright you people are?" I walked in, I couldn't see for a while. I wish I should have sunglasses and walked in. And I looked at myself and I said, "Yogi ji, this is 91. And this is 99. Happy millennium." We are having some millennium program. I'm not going to commercialize with you. This is not my basic nature, though I want it. But I think Sat Simran should explain to you, we are going to pasts before April, the millennium time. We are going to go to Golden Temple, not for seeing Golden Temple, but enriching ourselves. We want to go there. And if you want to go with us, just contact Sat Simran. You know her? Yes. Nobody can forget her. None. Either you have heard about her or you have seen her, something like that. And I know you are very busy. And Christmas takes away all your money buying presents. But this is one thing you have to give to yourself. We'll go and be there. Be there. To start our new life, new era, and newness of our own self. May the long time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, your life within you, guide your way on Satnam. It's finished. Oh, sing. Everybody. song Satnam Vahe? That song you said, Satnam Vahe. What was that song you sang that day in the ashram?
Walking.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Walking down the Soho corridor, seems like I've been here before. This time I got the blues words and they open up every door. Sa, 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 with everybody singing
May God bless you with purity and piety, which are the best, armoring oneself in the coming age. May you be fulfilled in your thoughts. May you be fulfilled in your endeavor, and you make yourself life fulfilled with compassion, kindness, and care. Satnam.